So here we have the poem of our syllabus, which is The Road Not Taken. So it is written by Robert Frost, which is our poet over here. The authors are for chapters and poets are for a poem. So it's a poem, and let's start with the introduction of the poet first, because we have to well known with we have to be well known with the poet to understand the poem, because his feelings are always arrived in the poem. So let's start. Robert Lee Frost. So Robert Lee Frost was an American poet. He was American. So first point, that he belongs to America. So he is highly regarded for his realistic depictions of rural life. It means that mostly he is regarded. He is which given regards. He is given regards for his realistic, means which looks real, and depictions means explanation of rural life. So real explanation of rural life. Then a popular and often quoted poet. He is popular and often quoted poet, means poet who has written many quotes also. Okay. And Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime, means he was honored by people, many people. Honored means we can say praised. Okay. So, and during his lifetime he is many much times honored by people, and his work frequently employed themes, means his work mostly contains the themes of early 1900s or the rural life in the country of New England, because he belongs to America. England was near to it, so mostly it all belongs to England. Now we have the poem's title. Here I have poem title for you. The meaning of the poem's title is very much clear in this poem. In this picture, that the road is the symbol of choice made by us in our life. The name of the poem is Road Not Taken. Okay, so it says the word road over here is the symbol of choice that we made in our life, and many times we regret the choice we make, but what is done once cannot be undone. So it says that many times after choosing something, we regret to choose that thing. We think that we should have chosen the another one, and it is said that there is no, or we can say there is no use of regretting, because what is done once, what have been done already, cannot be undone. You can't uh, you can't just undo each and everything. You can't repeat thing, because every each and everything in life is connected to each other, and one route leads to the another. So once something is done, cannot be undone. Next, here we say, here we have the main thing of main thing that we all do over here in our daily lives, that man regrets for what he has denied in life rather than what he has chosen. We always think that we have denied this thing, and we always regret for that, but we forget the the advantages. We forget that what are the we regret, but we never thank for what we chose. Okay, so here we have the next thing. Then, hence, just because of this reason, that we all regret that what we have denied in life, rather than thanking that what we have chosen. The poem title is The Road Not Taken, not the road taken. It's the road not taken. Here the poet is also regretting for what he has denied. Okay, that's why. Next is that the road not only means way. So here the word road in the in the name of poem, road not taken. So here the word road not only means way, it also means a journey or stage of journey, the point of journey where, and this road does not signify any other road, any ordinary road, but it is the functions of a metaphor of a vital decision in a life. Here it says that it is not an ordinary road, but it shows that it is a example of taking a vital decision in our lives. So, and metaphor is literary device used in this poem. So it is important metaphor. Okay, let's move to the first stanza. So here we have the first stanza of the poem, which is two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So here what we have is that the narrator is standing at the point where uh, two roads are diverged, and the point is the yellow wood. So it's been yellow wood, and the narrator, the poet, is standing on on a diverged road, and he's saying that he cannot cross. He's just apologizing because he cannot travel the both roads at the same time because he is only one and the paths are two. The next thing is long I stood and looked down one as far as I could. That he stood for a very long time at that point and looked down as far as he could to the to each of the following road, and till the point where it bent, where it start bending in the undergrowth. So next is, where is next one? Summary. The speaker describes this position he has been and for walking in the woods and comes in between the diversion of two roads. He stands there as he stands there looking as far down each of one as he can see. He would the he would like to try out both, but doubts he could but doubts he could not do that. So therefore he continues to look down the roads for a long time, trying to make his decision about which road to take. So here we again have this thing. I'm gonna say the speaker describes his position. So he describes his position that he is standing in a yellow woods. So he has been walking in the woods. Now he has been walking in the woods, and he have and comes in a, between the diversion of two roads. Now he stands there looking far down each of the road, which I have told you earlier also, and he would like to try both the roads. He wanted to try both the roads, but his doubts but the conditions, but the circumstances didn't allowed him to do so. So he decided, he just was looking down each of the road very, very, you know, very, he was looking down each of the road continuously for a long time, and he was trying to make his decision at which road he has to take. This is the first stanza, and now I'm gonna start with the second stanza. So here we have the second stanza, and the second stanza starts like this. Okay. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim. Now he, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as far that far the passing there had warned them really about the same. So here in the second stanza, he says that he took the another one, which was a fair decision, and he had a better claim. He was happy to choose the one he thought that he is he have taken the correct decision to choose the second road, because it was grassy. It was so grassy and wanted wear. Wanted wear here means it was not broken. And though as for that, the passing there means if had warned them really about the same. So when he wanted where, so he said that if both the roads were traveled by the people equally, both had been worn equally. But not this was wanted where, this road was wanted where, which means this was not worn by the people, which was not broken by the people. So it says that many less people have been passing through this road. It was less taken road by the people. Less travelers were there about this road. And he's here's the summary of the stanza. It's simple, that he looked down the first one to where it bent in the undergrowth, and the second one, and he decided to take the other part, which means other means the second path over here, because it seemed to have less traveled, because the narrator thinks that it was less traveled than first. But when he goes on to the when he goes on to the road, he saw that it was very similarly worn, it was very similarly traveled by the people. The second one looks less traveled, but as long as as he as he thinks about it, he realizes they were really about the same. Means there was not a big difference. It was not exactly same, but really only about the same. So next um, stanza, third stanza is, and both that morning equally lay in leaves. No step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how the way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So he said, now both the roads looks equal on the morning, but because why? Because the leaves are spread nicely, because the trees have shed their leaves, and they have been uh, equally laid, and no step of the people, no step of the travelers had trodden the leaf black. Oh, he kept the first for another day. So he kept the another road for the first road for another day, means he said that whenever I will come back to the this way again, I will take the first road because I've taken the second road now. So but yet he knew that he every route leads to the another route in life. So he doubted if he will ever come back or not. So he is not sure that he will surely come back. So, summary of this stanza is the third stanza continues with a cogulation about the possible difference between the two roads. Now, he had noticed that the leaves there were both fresh fallen on both and had not been walked on. But then again, deems that maybe he would come back and also walk the first one. Sometimes he doubted he would be able to, because in life one thing leads to another and time is short. Now, the last and fourth stanza over here. So it's I shall be telling with this with a sigh. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. So he says, after some time, after many years, I will be telling people this with a sigh of relief that once there was a time when two roads were diverged in a yellow wood, and he took the one which was less traveled by people, and that his decision made all the difference. Okay, so this was an easy stanza and the summary. So in this poem, summary of this stanza, in this poem the word difference is taken as in a positive way, but there is nothing in the poem that suggests that this difference signals a positive outcome. The speaker could not offer such information because he has not lived the difference yet. The other word that leads non discerning readers astray in the word sigh. By taking difference to mean a positive difference, they think that their sigh is one of the nostalgic relief. However, a sigh can also mean regret. There is the oh dear kind of sigh, or also the what a relief kind of sigh. Which one it is it? We do not know. If it is the relief of sigh, then the difference means the speaker is glad he took the road he did. And if it is the regret sigh, then the difference would not be good, and the speaker would be sigh in regret. So the message of this poem, that Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, seems to hold out the motto that life is continuous journey and full of divergence. And now and then, important thing is to move on without looking back, whether the choice of path taken was right or wrong. The right or wrong are relative terms. We cannot get everything in life, and we have to make choices. Whatever direction in our life takes is determined by the choice made by us. In the journey of life, one can seldom come back to travel the roads not taken earlier. So here we have the finishing of this poem, and another just the explanation of this poem is left. The poem is set on an autumn evening. The poetic persona is walking through the woods whose leaves have turned yellow and began to fall. At some point in this walks, he sees a road diverging into two. The speaker feels sorry as he cannot travel two roads simultaneously and has to choose one among the two roads. So the speaker stood staring at the road for a long time and tried to see where the path leads. He had to try hard to see through the road as it was bending and the trees were blocking the view. So after certain times of amount of contemplation, the speaker chooses the grassy path that is less worn off. According to the speaker, this path was more appealing and had a better claim. However, as he moved on, he understood the two roads were worn out equally. He recalls the path as he saw in the morning. He states that roads were filled with leaves and had not turned black. It was because people did not walk over it. The speaker also says that he has kept aside the first route to be traveled on some another day. Nevertheless, there is a contradiction in the next line as the speaker says that a return to the first road is least probable as roads give away to another. In final stanza, the speaker describes the future. He says that he might think about his choice with a sigh. In his life, he would also exclaim that his decision to choose the road was less traveled caused difference in his life. So here we have completed this point. Thank you.